Hey everybody, JitteryJay here. Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Today we're checking out Josh Wolf again. This one is trying to get laid on spring break. I know how he likes weird stuff, so I can only imagine what this story's going to tell. We're going to get right into it, but first we're going to hit the like and subscribe buttons on the original video. That is the important part. All of Josh's links will be in the description below, so you can go check him out on his socials if you wish. That being said, let's turn that on and let's get into this and see what he's got for us.
The one thing I think Jacob and I were most different on is like when I told him that I had a fuck your feelings relationship with my friends. And that doesn't mean, it means we love each other, but it means you can say whatever you want to each. You say the worst things to your best friends. That's right. What happens. That's why they're your best friends, you know? And, I had this group of dudes that I went to a spring break on. Definitely a fuck your feelings group of dudes. And by the way, if you have feelings, you're in the wrong friend group. That's basically how that goes, you know? And I remember one time and by the way, when I was a freshman, I did drugs. But because I didn't do them in high school. I didn't do it in high school because my brothers did them, and I was like, well, they did them. I'm just going to do all mine when I leave the house, like a gentleman, you know? And so that first year, I was really into a drug called ecstasy. Okay, we know who's holding in here, all right. But, and I'll tell you something about ecstasy, guys. Ecstasy is the only drug I ever took that changed me physically. You could tell by looking at me that I was doing ecstasy. It's the only drug, okay? So for whatever reason, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when I took ecstasy, my right eye stopped working. And every now and then it would pop open like, what's going on? Nothing, cool, and just shut again.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. My left eye does the same thing. That's why it droops most of the time and doesn't open all the way. Thanks to the nerve damage affecting the muscles in my face. It's the same reason I slur my speech, because the left side of my face this stays numb completely. But anyway.
What's going on? Nothing, cool, and just shut again. Not only that, but my lower lip, not my upper lip, just my lower lip got super dry. So I was this dude. Walking around trying to pick up girls, like, what's up? And I'll tell you something else. So when I really wanted to have sex on this spring break. And I thought the only way for me to have sex, and I don't know why I thought this, was if I danced with somebody. And I didn't know how to dance, so I was like, I'm gonna invent my own dance. This is pre-YouTube, pre-TikTok. Guys my age, we were not out inventing dances. No. Pee in my mouth, guys, not inventing dances, right? And so I was like, if I make it weird enough, I think somebody might have sex with me. So I go to the club, we're at spring break, me and these dudes, and we're at the club, and I see this girl, and I walk up to her, and I'm like, I will tell you, by the way, look, I was not confident in approaching women. If I had met you before, I could talk to you about anything. But if I had never met you before, it was so hard for me. And guys who could walk up to a group of women, man, that is take your dick out energy I just never fucking had, you know?
Right.
And plus, I think somewhere in the DNA of men is hunter. And the hunter's instinct is not to attack the pack. I'm going after the three-legged antelope down by the watering hole. Are you kidding me right now? I don't want a runner. I want one with a limp that can't get away. This is the one I want. I'm not trying to make it harder on myself, everybody, you know? So I walk up to this girl, and I'm like, I said, you... You want to dance? And she said, absolutely not. She started to walk away. I go, hey, don't go anywhere. I invented my own dance. And if you dance with me, I'll show it to you. And she said, are you a good dancer? And I was like, not particularly, no. And she said, then I will absolutely dance with you. However, if you stop doing the dance at any point in time during the song, I'm done. I got to see it the whole time. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so, I had only practiced the dance to one song. So I needed the DJ to play the song. I wasn't confident that I could do the dance to a different song, right? Okay. So I walk up to him, I go, let me get the DJ to play my song. And I walk up to the DJ and I'm like, hey man. I go, I invented my own dance. And he goes, I can't think of one good reason why you'd tell me that. And I go, oh, no, it's not. This girl, she's gonna dance with me. I'm gonna do the dance. I'm gonna get laid for sure. I go play the song. And he goes, what's the song? And I tell him, and he was like, it's too late for that song. If you come back tomorrow at 10, I'll play it for both of you. And I was like, well, how am I gonna get her back here? And this dude just leaned outside the booth. He goes, hey, come back tomorrow at 10, I'll play the song, he'll do the dance. So I show up at 9:45 the next night, guys, fucking ha 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 ha. And in she walks, but she's not by herself tonight. Oh no, come on, man. Every woman in here knows. She went home to her friends and she was like, hey, guess what we're doing tomorrow? Some dry lip pirate invented his own dance. So they walk in and we're waving to each other. It's getting near.
I like the analogy that dry lip pirate. Dry lip pirate. That really just paints the picture of what he's trying to get across. I can picture him now with an eye patch covering that eye that he's keeping closed. But anyway, this is funny.
So they walk in and we're waving to each other. It's getting near 10 o'clock. And the dance floor is about this big. And I say to her, I go, hey, meet me on the dance floor. I got to get him to play the song. She goes, okay. So I walk up to the DJ and I go, hey, man. This fucking guy. I go, hey, man. You remember me? And he goes, yeah, dude. And he was like, you get the song? You ready for the song? I go, I'm ready for the song. I go, play the song. I'm going to do the dance. I'm going to get laid for sure. I go, but give me a good intro. Give me a good intro. And he goes, okay. So, by the way, was anybody in here partying in the 90s? Yeah. Okay, so for those of us partying in the 90s, we will tell you that if MTV was on your spring break, it was the fucking place to be. Right. Not only, by the way, MTV used to play music videos. And so, but like, and not only was MTV at the spring break, guys, the king of MTV spring break, Pauley fucking Shore was there. Now, look, man, Pauley's a great dude, great comic, and back when I was going on spring break, if he was at your spring break, that was gonna be a good fucking time. And so, and they're teasing, every bar you walk into teases, hey, Pauley's coming tonight. Because there was no social media, so you just stuck around. And so they were telling the people in the club all night, Pauley's coming. And they would have one person walk through the crowd every hour and go, hey, we're about to make the announcement. So everybody's waiting for this announcement, right? So I go to the guy, I go, hey, give me a good intro. And he goes, okay. Oh, no. And he turns off the music and he goes, spring break, how we doing? And the whole place fucking, yeah. And he goes, are you ready for the reason you came here tonight? The place is like, whoa, yeah! And he goes, are you ready for the thing you came here to see? And people are fucking, yeah! And he goes, are you ready for the thing you're gonna tell your friends about tomorrow? And they're gonna be like, I should have come with you last night. The place starts chanting his name. Pauley, Pauley, Paul. They're going fucking crazy, right? And he goes, that's right. But first, my friend Josh invented a dance. And he goes, he's going to show it to you right now. And the whole place, right? And I'm walking up.
Oh, now that's an intro. Uh, if he wasn't on ecstasy, I doubt he would have gone out on the floor. Uh, 'Cause that would have to be the most embarrassing thing if he wasn't too stoned to realize it. Anyway, that's messed up.
He's gonna show it to you right now, and the whole place, right? And I'm walking up to the dance floor, and he goes, and he said if I play this song, he's getting laid for sure. And I was So I walk up to the dance floor. Dance floor is about this size, okay? And maybe a little bigger. It's empty. They're not letting anyone on the dance floor except for the two of us. They're calling it a dance contest. And if you want to watch, you have to stand along the railing. So everyone's just, and it's just me and her in the middle. And I walk up to her and I'm like, By the way, here was my plan. You want to know what my plan was? This is a good plan. How old are you, young man? Right there. How old are you? Yeah, with the beard.
20.
This dude right up in front of you is 20?
This guy?
Oh, yeah. You're 19. Yeah, dude. You have the 19-year-old, you know, when you can only grow the hair under the chin. Do you know what I mean? It's very Amish. I appreciate you being here, Jebediah. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, man. So I was your age when this was going down. And I'm going to tell you, what's your name?
Caleb.
Caleb? So here's what was happening. And here was my plan. And
Caleb sounds like he was close when he said Jebediah. Caleb's another name you hear a lot in the Amish community, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I'm thinking of something else. I'm pretty sure that's the name I'm thinking of, though. So he came close.
Caleb? So here's what was happening. And here was my plan. And my plan was I was going to tell this girl the name of the dance, because if you invent a dance, you got to name it.
Right.
I was going to tell her the name of the dance. She was going to dance with me. And then we were going to have sex. Yep. He's like, yeah, I don't see any problem with that plan at all. Yeah, A, B, fuck. I had the same plan. I would have gone with the same thing.
I got to somebody a little bit too late.
Are the finger bangers back? That is amazing. So I'm gonna name the dance. So I walk up to her and I lean into her and I go. I go. Are you ready to see the giddy up? She said, wait, is that the name of the dance? And I said, yeah. And she goes, hold on. She turns to her friends and she goes, hey, it's got to be better than we thought. And so, by the way, do you guys want to hear the song? Yeah. Do you want to see the dance? Yeah. I'm going to do that right now. Hold on one second. Listen, it's funny. I see a couple dudes around my age. I started to stretch the hammy. They were like, good move. That's what I would have done the same thing. Unprepared movement, that is not right. No. I'll tell you how old I am. I'm at an age that if I step down a curb and it's a 1/4 inch longer than I thought it was going to be, I'm going to be laid up for about 6 months. That's going to be the end of my fucking life. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I got to stretch out. Caleb, so what happens when you get a little older is you pull muscles. You are at an age where you still think that's a euphemism for jerking off. It is not. You're like, I pulled a muscle today. Oh. Here's the deal. Okay. Hey, okay. So I walk up to her and I go, wait a second. I walk up to her and I go, no. I said, do you want to see the giddy up? And she was like, yeah. And I go, DJ, hit it. Stop. That's the whole dance. But guys, I'd only practice 15 seconds at a time. That's a fucking 4-minute song.
That's cardio.
So you know how hard it is to do that? That's bad.
That'd be a hell of a cardio workout. That'd be worse than jumping jacks, actually. I would think. No, jumping jacks would be more impactful, I think, as far as your feet hitting the ground. But it'd still be a hell of a workout.
But guys, I'd only practice 15 seconds at a time. That's a fucking 4-minute song. So you know how hard it is to do that? That's bad. At a CrossFit class, you didn't fucking sign up for it, guys. I was wrecked. 2 minutes in, I was gassed. There was sweat dripping off of my body, but I remember her saying, if you stop, I'm done. So at one point, I was for real so gassed. I was doing it like... At one point, I looked behind me, and there were like 50 people like... It was amazing. But the end of the song, because I had no idea, 4 minutes, and I'm just gassed, right? She didn't want to rub my back because it was soaking wet. But I'm breathing. I'm like, and she goes, it was a great giddy up. And I said, thanks a lot. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. She said, you ought to be proud of yourself. There were like 400 people doing the giddy up. Guys, everybody in that club was doing the giddy up. For fucking right. Yo, in my ecstasy brain, I was like, I guess I'm the dance guy now. No need to go back to college for this guy. So I'm gassed. And she says, hey, do you want to grab a drink? I go, do you want to grab one with my friends and I? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. And she said, I'll meet you down there. I said, cool. I'm walking down to my friends, and I have a very fuck your feelings relationship with my buddies, like I said. And if you're in one of these groups, you know that people are hardest on each other when you do something good.
Right.
Right? If you crush something, they're going to lay into you even harder. And how could I have crushed the giddy up more than that? 400 people doing it? Guy, if you're in one of these friend groups, what you know is you're almost looking forward to your turn. Do you know what I mean? Like, you give it out, it's just as fun to get it. And I knew I was going to get it so savagely because I had just crushed that. Do you know how embarrassed they were for me? Do you know how badly they felt for me? One of my friends stood up and gave me a hug. He rubbed my back and he said, I like how you always put yourself out there. I was like, what? And then she comes down and she goes, hey. And I go, hey. She goes, these your friends? I go, yeah. She goes, hey, did you guys see the giddy up? And my buddy goes, is that what you named that fucking dance? I go, yeah. And he goes, she said, are you coming home with me or what? And I was like, yeah. And my buddy looked at her and he goes, be honest. This is a Make-A-Wish situation or...
That's just tough. But hey, what are friends for, right?
Situation or... I will tell you, this was a monumental moment in my life, everybody. I'm gonna tell you why. Not just because I had sex with a stranger. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's the first night that I realized that being embarrassed is bullshit. It's made up in your own head. Being embarrassed is predicated on what you think other people are thinking about you. And then when you realize that, one, nobody's thinking about you, nobody notices you, and nobody gives a shit about you, I'm including myself in this, nobody gives a fuck. So why would you let any of those people dictate 1 second of your life? Right?
He makes a damn good point right there. Why? I don't get embarrassed. My wife tries all the time to embarrass me, and I don't get embarrassed. She doesn't understand why. It's because I realized a long time ago that the only person whose opinion of me matters is mine. As long as I can look myself in the mirror, I'm doing good. And that's why I don't get embarrassed. I don't let stuff get to me like that. My anxiety ramps up. Don't get me wrong, but I don't. As far as getting embarrassed, no. I can't remember the last time I was embarrassed. It had been 30-some years ago.
Will dictate 1 second of your life, right?
Right. Good point.
Because you're in your own head. And how I know that is, guys, I stayed at this woman's hotel room long enough to sober up. And so as I looked back on the night, I realized, oh, it didn't go quite as well as I thought it did. That wasn't 400 people dancing with me. That was 400 people dancing at me, right? It was a humiliating situation. And as I thought about it, I'm like, did I name that? The fucking giddy up.
Right.
And I started to get humiliated and ashamed and embarrassed. And I turned to her because I needed to know. I go, tell me something. What am I doing here? Like, you saw that dance. Why am I here? And she was like, are you kidding me? You humiliated yourself in front of 400 people. All on the off chance that I might have sex with you. I found that very sexy, very charming. Then I was like, I might need to rethink how I walk about this world right now. So I'm walking home, and it's about 5 or 6 in the morning, something like that. And I just had sex with a stranger. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I was clearly on my way home to be a dance instructor of some kind, right? And I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I do like that life is unpredictable. I do like that right when you think you have everything figured out, life's like, is that your dick? And you're like, this is life, I forgot, right? And life definitely kicked me in the dick that day. I'm walking on the beach. When I used to take ecstasy, it made me think that I could drink more than I can. I don't drink anymore, but when I used to drink, the only thing I ever drank was straight tequila. Oh. I love the way it tastes. I love the fucking high. I love everything about it. And
my drink was always Cuervo and Coke. And I used to get the strangest looks for that because they'd ask me, bartenders ask me, are you sure? You don't want it like on the side? I was like, no, just make it like a rum and Coke, just use tequila. I can't stand rum. So I used to drink Cuervo Black with Coke all the time. So yeah, I know those drugs. Oof. Those mornings are not fun.
I don't drink anymore, but when I used to drink, the only thing I ever drank was straight tequila. I love the way it tastes. I love the fucking high. I love everything about it. And so, but if you drink too much tequila and you throw up, there's no casual tequila throw up. Nobody's ever kind of thrown up on tequila. It's never been like, pardon me. That's not how it comes out. It's a violent happening. It's your whole body. You know how violent it is? You remember where you were when it fucking happened. You're like Mark's Backyard, 2017. I'm not drinking tequila anymore. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna throw up. So I dig a hole. Because I don't want to ruin anyone's beach day. And my plan is that I'm going to dig a hole, I'm going to throw up in the hole, and then I'm just going to cover it like a cat. So I get to right here, I'm about to throw up, and then life kicked me right in the dick, man. And I was like, I'm on shit too. So I turned around and I dug another hole is what I did. I just dug a second hole. Some mornings are 2-hole mornings, everybody. Don't judge me. I'm not the only person that's ever shit in my tub and thrown up in my sink at the same time. Fuck you. Not just me.
Oh, God.
So now I'm butt-ass naked, hovering over these 2 holes. I don't want to poop in my shorts, you know? I'm hovering over these holes. And my only solace really is that, look, I'm by myself. Nope. I hear this couple coming, and I'm like, honestly, you know what I did, guys? They were coming. I legit just froze like a deer. Like, but I couldn't hold it in anymore, man. And at both holes, it's just like, wah! And from behind me, I just hear this woman go, hey, isn't that the giddy up guy?
He is hilarious. Oh, I love his storytelling. He's really good at it. Father of the Year. That must be his special. Too High on an Airplane. We'll have to check that one out too, I think. But this was absolutely hilarious. But then, like I said, I like his style. It's his storytelling is impeccable. He really knows how to engage the crowd. You know what I mean? Anyway, like I said, this was hilarious. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this in the comments. Let me know what else I need to check out, and I'll get there as soon as I can. If you're still here and haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel grow. And it shows up my analytics, lets me know you want more content like this. That being said, that is just about going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me, and I hope to see you on the next one. I love you guys. Peace. Hey guys, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here at JitteryJay.